What's going on, guys? So I'm going to do a little review on the Samurai cutting saw. This thing, I've been using this thing today, and it is an absolute beast. And just picked this thing up. I'm doing a little presetting, I do a little pruning around a old location, cutting some old shooting lanes, just clearing them up a little bit. And I've been using this thing, and it's absolutely incredible. I mean, this thing saws right through. Love the pistol grip on this thing. Has a 13-inch blade and has very aggressive teeth. One thing I definitely like about this saw that might be a little different from other hand saws is it's thicker on the bottom where the teeth are and thinner on the top, which is super important when you're cutting to reduce friction. That's a great idea for these. I mean, these saws, man. So I just did, like I said, a bunch of cutting, but just trim it a little bit more, and you can see like right through. Easy. So yeah, I mean, some of these things are like 2 swipes and done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. And it pulls, it cuts on the pull, not on the push, what a lot of traditional saws do. And you can get a replacement blade for this thing. You know, it gets all messed up or it gets all dull after maybe a million trees. Just replace the blade, and I think it's like 30 bucks. You get it on Amazon or a bunch of other places. So you know, I have other saws like Silky is top of the line saw. Corona is another great saw, but I wanted to give this one a try. You know, I'm a fanatic when it comes to everything like presetting trees and you know, different things to use, and I love testing different things out to make my life a little easier because I'm getting older. It's hard work cutting all these trees down and prepping locations, but I love it. So I would definitely suggest, guys, giving this thing a shot, the Samurai Saw. And yeah. Alright guys, so we just got to the location and definitely going to do some trimming, a lot of trimming. So here's my tree right there, okay? And definitely it's so important to cut these shooting lanes down. And when you cut, make sure you cut them really low, especially if you have other hunters on the property. I have other hunters on this property as well. It's private property, but I got 2 gun hunters that just try to kill as much as they can. I'm more of a, you know, a buck hunter, big buck hunter, I guess you could say. So it's more or less for them not to know where you're hunting. And yeah, if something like this, cut it really low. That one actually broke. So, and get it out of the way. And this saw is really nice. I love this this saw. I think really it cuts extremely quick. So this one here, I mean, easy work out of any tree. This one here, I mean, that's a pretty big tree. So what I'm going to do is just cut up here. All right, and I don't need to take the whole tree down, but I want to clear this little area right here. So I mean, that's impressive. So let's drag it out of the way here. And what I'm doing is putting brush down here so it funnels the deer not to go this way. So they have to funnel here. There's a trail here, so they don't go that way. They come right up here. So, but yeah, it's very important. Cut those shooting lanes down, guys, because you know, from up there it may look like, yeah, it's clear, all good, no issue. But then when you come down, forget it. So, you know, there you go. Stuff them out of the way. Like I said, now it's easy to funnel those deer to come right through. So, and this one I'm going to cut down the whole thing. Easy. I'm really impressed with this saw, guys. Really impressed. So what I'm going to do with this one, just lay it there. So I cleared this area last year. Not good enough. Had a buck come in right there. I expected him to come through the shooting lane there, and he came this way, and those trees are blocking my shot, and wasn't fun. Wasn't good for me. Wasn't happy. So now it's all clear, right? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk all my other shooting lanes and clear everything. So the one thing that's really important is when you're prepping a tree, the number one thing you can do is prep your shooting lanes first. Get that out of the way first, because when you get to the top of the tree, you're going to see things that you missed, okay, when you're done prepping the tree. So shoot, clear them out first, walk it, whatever looks in the way, little sticks, clear it out, okay, because those little sticks are the ones that, bite you in the ass after a while. They can catch an arrow really, really easy. So I get a shooting lane here. Next, we're going to go over here, okay, and I'm going to keep looking at that rub. That's a nice one right there. The bucks had a tendency to run right behind this hollow tree, right in this lane, right? So what I'm going to do is this lane right here, they love to skirt out of here, out of the bedding, right down. So you can see I got brush in the way. So what I'm going to do is trim some of this, some of that, okay? If I see a shot that's forming, I can already be ready, and I can stop him right here, give him a little doe bleat and pop him right here. But again, I'm standing in the shooting lane. Look at the brush in the way. No good, right? This tree has to go down and lay it down out of the way. This one here, you know what? Let's see, this one here, yeah, definitely. And try to cut it as low as you can. I'm really liking this saw. I tell you what, guys. So let's put this one way over here, so it keeps him from, keeps the deer from going on this side, and keeps him funneling right here. This is an old apple tree, and look at that, right off, perfect. So look, now the shooting lane is a lot clearer. Now I'm where that notch is, up in that tree. You can actually see my ring, I believe. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but I'm gonna have to trim some of these here with the old pole saw. But yeah, that's one right there, and perfect. Maybe get this one out of the way too, and may have to trim that little vine there as well. All right. Again, I'm blocking it off right here, right? So I'm blocking it off so it doesn't coax the deer to go that way, so he continues to run this way. So just little things like that, guys, really gives you more shot opportunities. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to go around this way once I'm done with the pole saw here, and yeah, I'll just keep going away around this tree. All right, guys, so now I'm behind the tree, and I don't have a ton of shooting lanes here. I do got to trim down some stuff here, little stuff, but I have a window of when they come out right here, and they like to run right in this particular area, not behind me, right here. So obviously got to use a pole saw, cut some limbs down here, trim some stuff right here, and I might have just a little window, just enough for, for another shot. So it's so important to do this stuff now. You absolutely positively do not want to do this stuff right before season. If you do, you're only hurting yourself. Deer will totally avoid that area. They don't like change. If something moves in your bedroom and it's out of place in your bedroom, you're going to notice it right away. If there's a drastic change in here, all of a sudden, the deer is just going to be like, whoa. You're going to be leaving a ton of scent, okay? So right now, I don't have regular clothes on. I don't care about scent right now. So I'm just getting my stuff all prepped up and ready to go. And again, now's the time. So get out the old trusty Huey, lock it in. Not bad. I'm going to stick this right here. Again, to kind of coax them a little bit. All right. So up here, that definitely has to go. I like how it stays in place. That's pretty important. Angle, it's kind of tough on this one. See if that hook can get it. Look at that. Oh, having a hook is pretty important right there, guys. Perfect. Again, get it and get it out of the way. Because deer are absolutely not going to be affected at all by any changes here now, and little changes like this really don't matter, but I want to go back, cut that as well. So I don't know. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, get that little one, because that'll be the one that deflects an arrow. There you go. All right, now I'm going to cut some of these trees right to the ground with the little Samurai Saw. And so again, I'm going to step back where I usually see the deer in the shooting lane, and anything in my vision is going to go. Like I got another branch here I got to cut too, but this little thing, 100%. Bye. That's gone. And what this does also, guys, deer will start using this as a trail. You know, they're lazy, just like we are. They like the path of least resistance. If they see a straight path right through with some brush on either side, they'll take it. Believe me, they'll take it. This one needs to go. Look at that. Excellent. Again, I'm going to stand this up out of the way where the deer are not going to be affected. All right. So definitely work harder this time of year. I know it's tough sometimes because during the season, it's a long season, guys. A lot of hours in the tree. You know, I get it. And then the last thing you want to think about is setting up for next year. But see the trail right here, so I don't want to disturb that. So there you go. But yeah, get the work done now. Get out of the way. And if you guys fish in the spring, this will all be done. And all you have to do is come back to the tree and hunt it. So perfect. Now look at that. Now this one here, you know, I'm gonna cut the whole thing. I try to leave some areas open, you know. Now, definitely got to do some more trimming there, but deer's stepping right here. He's done. So I do definitely, like I said, I got to cut some of those. Those are really, really up high. You know, there's benefits to being high, and there's, you know, some downfalls being high. One of them is really steep shooting lanes, and when you have steep shooting lanes like that, it's yeah, it can be a pain in the ass. So All right, guys, back to the location again. All right, now in the previous video, I was in this location and I explained why I chose it. You got some big scrapes right here. If you didn't see that video, all right, I explained everything about why these big scrapes. That's the tree right there. I'm picking this big oak tree. So normally what I do is I clean my shooting lanes and prep the tree the same day. Since I was over here, I wanted to clean 2 areas out. I'm going to come back and prep the tree another day because I really want to get into depth on how I do that, okay? And yeah, so I'm going to clear some shooting lanes in here. This tree needs to go, and my main objective here is to have some shooting lanes right here, okay? Obviously, if you look at that tree, okay, this tree needs to go. That one I already trimmed some shooting lanes, so that tree definitely needs to go. And yeah, I'm going to have some shooting lanes in front of me because I'm assuming they're going to come this way. I'm going to have some shooting lanes that behind me as well that I've got to trim, but you don't want to trim out, again, too much here because, you know, deer tend to like to rub on that and rub on that. So you don't want to change it too much because you can see those trees are definitely beat up from years past. But you want to have shooting lanes, okay? That's very important. Without those, you're screwed. So, like I said, I just trimmed these right off with the Huey Man. And what I'm going to do with these, just stuff them over here. Out of the way. There's really no trail here, so. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while, you know, to trim shooting lanes. Sometimes it's, you know, there's not much work at all, but this one's not going to be very difficult at all. But yeah, I mean, if there's one tree that needs to go down here, I'd love to take both of these down. You know what? I'm going to have to. I think this one needs to go. I think I'd rather have this one down to weasel an arrow in. Because, again, it's just too close for comfort. There's nothing worse than having something like this impede on your shooting ability. So, you know, let's cut this one. So. And you can see it's real thick here, so deer are not using this. They're going around right there. I mean, it's clear as day, it's an opening. So, but yeah, just that little bit is important. So, these here, do I need to cut the whole tree down? Probably not. This here needs to go. Gotta say, guys, I am truly impressed with this saw. Really am. So. All right, so as you can see, I got some shooting lanes here now. I got a nice lane right here. Okay, bingo, beautiful. Okay. Right here, it goes in these scrapes. Beautiful. Now, what's important, I gotta trim this one here. What's important is walk the perimeter of your tree, which I'm gonna do now, and then look at your tree and see, okay, I gotta trim this, I gotta trim that. You know, don't assume like, I'll get a shot. No, cut it. Cut it. Because if you don't, you're gonna pay for it later. So, like this little limb, doesn't look like much, but if you can get away with it, cut it. And again, doing this now has no effect on the deer travel whatsoever. And you know, this tree, I mean, it doesn't look like much, guys. It doesn't look like much, but it's going to be a possibility that this tree right here is going to be in my way, and I expect a shot right here. So like I said, if you think it's, you know, unfortunately it's cut up, deer are definitely rubbing it, but I feel better about dropping it. So now I have a shooting lane. Unfortunately, I don't know, I might be able to reach those up there, but you know, I'm gonna be so steep that those really actually don't matter much. So, but yeah, really good, because this is where I expect to shoot the deer, right here. Anything comes here, okay, I have some pretty good shots. You know, something like this needs to go. Something definitely like that. And again, I'm not altering the deer movement by doing this, right? So, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to be high enough where sorry about looking directly in the sun, guys. Not my intention. Man, it's like cut iron. So there's actually a nice trail that comes through here, so you know, I don't want to do too much. So there you go. Look at that. Actually, you know what? I think that tree needs to go. Guys, 8 swipes. 8. And there you go. So, when I come back, prep the tree, I'm gonna have to trim that there, break that stuff off, go way up. Another thing that's really important, guys, is the ground. Okay, make sure there's nothing on the ground around your tree in the morning or in the evening when you're hunting, because when you're trying to pull up your bow and the sticks, they grab your bow. One time that happened to me early in the morning. I climbed the tree 30 feet up in the tree. My bow stuck on a stick on the bottom and it wouldn't come up. Big stick. I'm like, oh man, stupid mistake. But I guess making mistakes is how you learn. So absolutely. But yeah, this saw, man, it's really good. Look at that. That's really, really good. Now, the reason I'm cutting this stuff, it's not really shot related. It's just I don't want anything in my way when I come into the tree. Right? When I come in, which will probably be right here, okay? I'm thinking, so I gotta definitely clear some of this shit out of the way. All these sticks. Clear this right out. It's all dead fall anyway. So there you go. All right, guys. Very good. So I'm happy with this location. I think I'm gonna put a good one down here next year. I really, truly do. It's just screams big buck. It really does. But yeah, like I said, I have the shooting lanes all cleared out. doing it now. Getting it out of the way. One swipe, guys. Boom. So, great saw. Keep saying it. It really is a great saw. I mean, for the money. You guys have like a silky saw or anything? They are excellent saws as well, replacement blades. And they're a little pricey. So, but yeah, that's a great alternative. But all right, guys, I think this one's pretty much done. Next time you see me, I'll probably be doing a series of videos based on like saddle hunting and whatnot. And everything saddle hunting, from even prepping the trees, how I set my tree, how I sit in my tree, the benefits of having a ring of steps, you name it. So just the way I do it. I know a lot of guys do it differently, and this is basically how I learned to do it. And you know, the way the saddle was designed, it was to be effective 360 around the tree. But yeah, I'll definitely go over that, guys. Thanks for joining me. Any questions you have, leave them down below, and I'm gonna go get some food. All right.